Hello again. First of all, I'd like to just apologise in advance that my voice is a little bit different than usual. I'm recovering from a case of the man flu, and as my mother used to say, I'm still a bit chesty. But here we go. Some time ago, I bought one of these, um, which is the Skywatcher ST80 scope, and the intention was to piggyback it, mount it on the top of my 200p and use it as like a glorified finder really, maybe progressing on to guiding. Now my intention was that I wanted to get the centre of my little ST80, centre of the field of view, to be the same as my 200p. And obviously the first thing you think of is to put a dovetail like this on the top of your existing rings with the little rings that come with your ST80. The only thing is that you've got no level of adjustment, unless you start putting washers underneath stuff and cutting slots in the bars, and you've got a lot of messing about. So the answer to that is guide rings. Now, I don't know if you've had a look at guide rings or not, but I have to say that they're one of the things that I've looked at and thought that the price is absolutely extortionate. And I did a lot of searching around, and eventually I got to Modern Astronomy, which is Bernard's shop. Now I like Bernard. He's one of these guys that is not just out to sell you something. If you get in touch at Modern Astronomy, you'll get an answer, and it'll try and help you out as much as he can. And they also tend to stock quite a few of the odds and sods that you can't find in other places. So just a little plug there for Modern Astronomy. Now I bought from Modern Astronomy these, which are guide rings, and he was just the best price for them. I mean, I've seen these going at £99 a pair, and it is just extortionate. That, I'm sorry, but it is. It's just a rip-off. Um, Now these ones that are from Modern Astronomy, they're listed as being heavy duty, and technically they are. They're quite a bit heavier than what you'd expect, which is no bad thing really. And the overall finish is very, very good. And I've got no complaints whatsoever about the service from Modern Astronomy. But a few little tips here to the manufacturers. The first thing is, one of my absolute pet hates is this. It's the length of the screws. Now the thing is, what size of a telescope are you going to fit into that gap? Because that's the minimum setting there. And if you go to the other extreme and you start to screw these out to a size of a scope that you are going to fit in, then you've got three of these sticking out all over the place. They're going to snag on stuff. It looks ugly, and I mean, for somebody that's going to charge £99 for a set of these rings, wouldn't it be a really good idea to just include a short option, on the bolts as well? What you can do to combat that though is you can either have a look on eBay and find some nylon bolts of the same thread, which are easy to chop off and they're still sort of plastic on the end, so they won't mark your scope and everything. Or you can do what I did, which is I took the existing rings and shortened them, the bolts on them, like so. Now these particular rings are 100mm internal diameter, which is actually a little bit tight for the ST80. Really you need sort of 110, maybe 120 at a push. But I didn't want a great deal of movement, because like I say, I'm just basically using it as a glorified finder really, and it'd be nice to just sort of attach the camera to it and take some pictures that way, and it's still at the same points with my go-to system. So it just brings everything nicely into fronter. So as I said, there is not a great deal of tolerance in these. The inside diameter of these is 100mm, and the outside diameter of your ST80 is about 90mm. So you've got 10mm, which is still, if you put it front and back, you've still got a fair amount of movement there. The only thing is, what you do need to do, if you've got your ST80 like this, you will need to remove the dew shield, which just pulls off normally. And in fact, what we'll do, there we go, there's the dew shield pulled off. Now also you'll have to take out the 3 screws and just remove your lens elements like so, and then you can slide that tube in there same with the other tube, obviously, and that one's been modified, and then just put your scope back together again when you know as you come to the fitting stage, and you can see there that there's quite a bit of movement. There's enough to use it, like I said, as a glorified finder. So overall, I'm happy with the rings. The price is a lot better than I've found elsewhere. Like I said, just my major niggle is with the bolts, and I just wish that some of these people that make this equipment, number one, wouldn't double the price when they put the word Astro in front of the product, and number two, if they actually just use the product a few times, you know, and see that, you know, like I said, I mean, who's going to fit a scope sort of what I've got 20mm diameter scope into a set of rings like that? You're just not. Like I said, for the price of a couple of bolts, manufacturers, you know, just listen a bit to your users. That's about it, really. You know, a bit of a moan, a bit of a plug for Modern Astronomy, and just a little tip with regards to the rings and stuff. And that's about it for this one. So once again, thanks for watching.